Bobby Jones. I want to congratulate you on the good work that you're doing for all of the things that you're involved with for over 30 years. That's quite masterful. Bobby Jones. I want to congratulate. Bobby Jones. I want to congratulate you on the good work that you're. Bobby Jones, I want to congratulate you on the good work that you're doing for all of the things that you're involved with for over 30 years. That's quite masterful. And I'm glad to have had an opportunity to be in your presence and to watch you grow. So on behalf.
Okay. We're going to try this again. What the heck was going on here?
I'm trying to do a watch party too. How do I do that? Okay.
Jones, I want to congratulate you.
That's the TV. Mute it.
I muted it. It wasn't even playing.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay, let's try this again. This for you, Angela.
Bobby Jones, I want to congratulate you on the good work that you're doing for all of the things that you're involved with for over 30 years. That's quite masterful. And I'm glad to have had an opportunity to be in your presence and to watch you grow. So on behalf of Bobby Jones and all of my Envy Runs, we'd like to say congratulations to you, and I love you.
What's good, Angela?
This is Kid.
This is Play.
Together we are
Kid and Play. Who else could we be without, it sounds like you're having a party. I don't know why we're not there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
But we do want to take this opportunity to congratulate you, Angela, on 30 years in the business. 30 years in the business. Yeah, and you're only 37. Like, it's amazing. As an actress, a producer, the times that Play and I have gotten to work with you, we thoroughly enjoyed it. You're a class act. And, want to wish you and your family the best. We always have a good time when we be kicking it with y'all. And it's always...
Big shout out to the hubby.
Hubby in the building.
Yes, sir.
Let's get another 30 in there. And we wish you the best tonight. Have a great time.
And let's not let those invitations get lost in the mail on the next party.
You know what I'm saying?
All right?
Angela,
peace, love, and hair grease.
I think Pastor Kerr was doing, wanted to do this. I said that was you trying to do. I said
All right. This is 411 Radio Network, 411 Entertainment Spotlight. I am Cedric Lyons. I'm with Tamika V. What's happening, lady? How you doing?
I'm good. I thought you were talking to Tamika V, but I'm good.
How you doing?
No, you get you get last billing. You don't get first billing. We got to introduce the host and host, not host, but the host and host. Anyway, then we have if you don't recognize the video, the singing, Angela Jeffries, Blair. I knew her as Angela Gray, but that's a long story. Back in the day. But Angela, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm good. As we've seen, we got 30 years out of you.
Yeah, that's a long time. 30 years is 36.
30 plus. Yeah, I was gonna say we're gonna go there later.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't know I was gonna get 6 out of you, but hey.
Right.
So it's hard to figure out where to start at with you. We're talking 30 years. We're talking leap of faith. But I want to talk to you about and Tamika, just chime in when you have a question. I want to talk to you about 1989 senior walk day, and you had Spud and was a Cairo walking up, had to grab you from the stage. What was going on at that moment? Huh? Can you hear me?
I heard senior walk day. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, senior walk day, 1989. You can't. I can hear you. Tamika, did you hear
what
me?
was going on in your mind when Spud and Cairo had to walk you down?
Had to come get you. Yeah.
Okay, so repeat that for me, said.
Senior walk day, 1989. Spud, you was up there just blowing, and Spud, they had to get you off the stage. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. What was going on in your mind when we were sitting down and listening to you just blowing?
You know what? You know what we went through, Cedric.
Yeah.
It's actually around the same amount of the times that we're in right now.
Mm-hmm.
With the we had a lot of racial tension at Duncanville.
Mm-hmm.
We were, you were doing comedy. It was hard for us as Black artists of any kind to break through with them. And so you remember most of my story. I did become like the first Black president for one of the choirs there, the girls choir. And we were, we basically came over there fighting for our rights, to do and be who we were. So whether it was in sports, whether it was in LaShawn being the first Black cheerleader, I always had someone who was I wouldn't call her a rival because we were friends, but she was a white artist, country artist, and I was an African American artist. So she always got the good spots. So that year, it was such a triumphant time for, I think, all of us. I think we won state in several areas, be it football, I think basketball, and a lot of those players were African American players who took us to championships. And for you to be able to do, finally, for them to hear you, to allow you to do the comedy on our prestigious walk day, it was unbelievable, because I don't think anybody thought you were funny. I knew you was crazy, but they allowed you to do that. So I think we were fighting so much, because I think we had something earlier in the year, if you remember, like a talent show, and you and I were at the front. We were always at the top. And that year they gave her the top for that program, and me the anchor.
You was right behind me.
And so many emotions, I think, because that was our last anything for that school
together.
Together. And it was a culmination of us, what we had been fighting for those last 2 to 3 years, 2 years that I was there. And for everybody else, we all just kind of came together. Everybody was hugging. The song I was able to sing was "Tomorrow" by the Winans, which was talking about, give your life today, which is, a song of inspiration. So that, to have Lee, I didn't know they were coming up there. They were crying. I was crying because I couldn't move. I was numb to receive a standing ovation from everybody. All I saw was a white light, and then the people in front of me. And all I could see was, and it felt like a dream. It was like a dream come true.
It was for me. It was a historical night. It was a beautiful night. It was a combination of everything we fought for, and then you being the anchor was perfect. It was perfect. It was what we was looking for, and you tore it up.
Oh,
so you tore it up, and I was gonna come up there, but I'm sitting in the middle. But they was on the outside. I'm sitting in the middle, so I couldn't get through the crowd.
Right. It's cool though, but you did your thing. You did your thing. So I mean, people looked at you as, you know, you were funny. So you could have went on and did something, but I don't know why you didn't. But hey, you still kind of cuckoo.
That way, you know, I do my thing. Keep it moving. Leap. I mean, because your career has expanded. I mean, we start off with, okay, you're doing your thing, and then next thing you know, leap of faith happens. Mm-hmm. You know, how did that come about?
You know, that was really a something that just happened because I was going through like I think I was working for an insurance company or something, and I had you know, been in the house. I had my own, you know, my new apartment and everything. Mm-hmm. And I was in the house. I just broke up with somebody, and my friends had called me and said, "Hey, and we're getting ready to go to out here to this you know, audition and in Las Colinas, and do you want to ride? You need to get out the house and all that kind of stuff." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So I rode out there, and we barely made it. They had like a little old Toyota Corolla. I remember it was red. I was like, "Y'all got me coming from Mesquite to you know, I don't know about this, Las Colinas, if you know where that is."
Yeah.
So, but we had the best time. So I was sitting in the room with them. Did not plan on auditioning at all. They said, you know, they came out because it was over 15, maybe 2,000 people out there. And they said that if you are not auditioning, you have to leave. And so I didn't have a way back, you know, so I had to think of something quick because they were like, "You can't leave the room. I mean, you got to be." And so they had their numbers. So I had to think of something, and I did. And I thought of something, and I had to end up auditioning. And 2 days later, I, you know, did it a cappella. And I think the song I did was like "The Prayers of the Righteous Availeth Much." That's something that I probably had just heard, and it was on my mind. And that's the song I auditioned with by the Clark Sisters. And so after that, they called me. Like, I went back to work. They called me 2 days later, and the wardrobe called me first. So I didn't even know I had the part. And wardrobe said, "What's your breast, bust size, and your?" I said, "Hold on." So that's how I got the part. So after that, you know, it was an incredible experience. It went so fast. The job I had was very gracious to allow me to do that. And when I went ahead and did it, you know, I didn't go back, you know, because I knew that was my dream to do what I was doing. And things, one of the things I always say, that when it's part of your passion, mm-hmm. you don't have to struggle to get it. Mm-hmm. You just have to be in a position to get it. So I, you know, had I just stayed at home that day and just wallowed in whatever I was wallowing in, I would have missed my opportunity. So that allowed me to kind of live by that principle and not chase money or chase other things, but chase purpose, chase God first, and chase the purpose that He gives, because it won't, anything that He gives is not a struggle for it.
Right. So had you not gone to that interview, you would have been trying to sell me insurance at the time, huh?
Had I did what?
Had you not gone to the interview, you'd been still trying to sell insurance, huh?
Audition.
No, that wasn't what I was supposed to do. That was just a job. You know, I was just trying to pay the bills, you know. So it's a difference in that. I was young. I was 19, 20 years old, and that thing was happening to me. And then I always, when that happens, you got to, me in hindsight, when things like that happens, then that's when, I guess what you call imposters show up to kind of mm-hmm. divert the plans that God has for you. And they come charming, they, and basically kind of, you fall, you don't know what, young, you don't know what love really is per se. Like, okay, they like me, blah, blah, blah. So, but I was at a nice pinnacle at 19 years old. And everything that I said that, I was looking for in someone was the total opposite. So that I was the total opposite of what I received, but yet I did it anyway. So that we'll talk about what you received a little bit later on.
and I knew the sales rep that you was with before.
Right.
But I remember meeting you again a couple of years later. I think it was at Emerald City.
Oh yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
And you was diving out. I was like, okay, Angela's gonna be here. Yeah, she's gonna be here. I said, okay, hold up. Let me go back and see her, because Angela was like one of these. I'm not getting out the car.
You gotta tell me where you had to go back to see me at.
Oh, I had to go back to the back. So Emerald City was this nice little club that was out in South Dallas, and Angela was going to perform. And I said, Angela's gonna be here? Yeah. I said, okay, I need to go see her. So your sales rep came to me. I said, no, tell Angela I'm here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because that's the only reason why I was able to get back there. And you say, okay, well, tell him to come back to see me. I get in the car, she back there just all parlayed out and just chilling and everything. I said, girl, you just you straight D without. But then when she got on stage, what y'all heard in the beginning of this interview is what she tears up every single time. I mean, she breaks notes down to the minute of minutes, and then bring that same note back up again, and then say, y'all work with that. Where did that come from?
You know, that comes from that's a divine thing. It really is. Like people that have known me for years know that when I go to a it's almost like an out of body experience.
Yeah.
Where if I go to what they call my Prince realm, that I'm no longer on the stage, basically. Mm-hmm. I also, you know, it's something that you have to definitely tap into. So everything has to be right. When you saw me in the back, you probably didn't know that I was doing also a 2-nighter at Hotel Zaza. I was doing the opening for that.
Okay.
So I was actually within a 4:00 event and coming there, and you have to, you know, transfer from that situation, and you have to keep your band intact as well. So they have to be able to connect in order to allow you to do those things. So you know, that's why, you know, my band players are extremely important to me because we all create together. So if I have the right players, if I have the right environment and the right atmosphere, the Lord does his work. I don't care what I'm singing. If I'm singing about love, if I'm singing about, you know, whatever I'm singing, I have to have the vibe has to be right in order for that to happen. So that it is a divine experience. And if I never get to do that, then I mean, you know, every concert, the vibe is off.
Right. Every concert we've been to, I've always watched you look like you stepping outside yourself and say, okay, band, y'all do your thing. Even yeah, because you'll always step back and say, okay, you know what? It's almost like you're saying, I need to make it not about me. I need to make it about the music and what we're bringing. So you will always step back. When me and my wife went to go see you, I forget where we were when we go see you. You remember where we were? I forget where we were. Anyway, when we would go see you at some club, I forget the name of the club, but you always step out of your realm and let your band take over because you wanted your band to shine. And, you know, back in the day, it was all about DJs. It wasn't about the MC. It was about the DJ. So it's almost like he was taking it back to, let's make it about the band and the music.
Sankofa.
And it was Sankofa. Was it Sankofa?
Okay.
Yeah. So it's all about the music, but you've always been that way. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, again, the band is as important as I am. I always, they know I run they'll tell you I run a strict,
I can believe that. Tight ship. Yeah.
Going on with that because I believe that, I don't allow a lot of certain things around me when I'm doing, hey, Leslie, I don't do a whole lot of things around me to be able to get the Lord and whatever I'm doing to be able to create an atmosphere. You got to be right with me. You got to be right with yourself, whether you're the keyboard player, whether you're the drummer or whatnot. So when I allow them, I stand back because they have to create as well. We may rehearse, but I always tell them, just give me structure and you have to create too. What are what are you feeling today? They may be going through something that need to, when they play, they have to purge. So that's what we do as artists. We need music as a, it's our medicine. It's our elixir. It's our therapy. And if we don't have it, so many things keep us frustrated, and you see a lot of musicians where they may go into deep depression, or they may go into they may go suicidal, or they just, we have to have that, just like, someone else that needs to have food. A person that's born a creative, I allow the band to do what they do because I need them just like they need me. So I like to sit and hear them play as well.
Do you feel the purge when they're playing, or do you feel it in rehearsal, or do you feel it as you're on stage?
Our rehearsals are unbelievable. Most of the time when we get together, we may have people just to stop by because I don't rehearse a lot. Because the people that have played with me know me. So if it's something new, I can actually get on a stage and have given a player that has played for me, my MD or whomever, something that I just want to sing that night. They'll listen to it and we'll do it for the first time on the stage, which I like to create 100% on the stage because I feel like that's the it's like that voila moment. You know what I mean? So they get it, the audience gets it like we get it. And that's what creates the energy. That's what creates, it's not something that, I don't even like for my tapes to be out there. I don't like for my YouTubes or anything like that to be out there because I don't want to study those. I don't want to look at those because I want to create a moment.
Something different.
Every time.
You're creating an experience.
I can't hear.
Yeah, you're creating an experience, so it can't be the same every time.
Oh no, I don't. I don't want it to be the same any time. So if you probably seen some things, you probably have never heard them the same way. So I don't look at tapes. I don't mind people recording, but I'll look at something, but it'll be, I'll cringe maybe because I'm like, I want to, make sure that song, when I sing it the next time, it's different than that time, because I may be in a different place mentally that time, so I don't, I'm not saying I don't listen to myself, but I think, my band is, a lot of them started with me when they were young. Some of them are playing for, and they have gone through, I used to beat myself up about being so hard as far as being, hard on and making them accountable, really, because I didn't want them to have. I knew they wanted to be successful, but there were things that they were, whether it was being on time or whether it was, this girlfriend hanging here, and I'm like, let me get on the phone because I think you was so and so. I'm that type, So.
So did you dock them $5? $5? You tell them $5? You on stage saying $5? $5.
So now those they have all come back to me. I mean, I can start calling names to where they are playing for whether it be Brian McKnight, Eminem, or Bobby Sparks. Me and Bobby started when he was 16 years old. And I mean, he's been with Tower of Power, everybody that you can name that they'll tell you, one couple of them I fired on the plane. I'm like, cause y'all ain't the one. If I ain't acting like no diva, then y'all ain't gonna act like one. So they took that and they turned that around now, and they, on their bios or whatever, they credit that tough love for them shaping them into who they are today.
Tell us one of your. Go ahead if you got something.
Well, I was gonna say you started out in 1989, but you started out in 19. He started out in 1989. At what age did you begin to sing?
Can you translate what she said? I couldn't hear.
What age did you start singing?
Roughly 12, because I was playing first. I was playing the organ first. I was following my cousin home every day from church, Diane. Bowman, and I was interested in strings like the violin. I was interested in just more playing. And one day on a Sunday, we always stayed in church all day. You know that.
Yeah.
So we were going back to night service. So I was there one day and I started playing because I played by ear until I learned theory more at Arts Magnet. But she told me to start singing, and I started singing, and she looked at me and she was like, "You need to be singing." So one day I remember going home with the real hairbrush type situation, thinking I was Whitney Houston, okay? And I sung The Greatest Love of All, I want to say at least 15 times in the mirror until I got it. And that was going to be my first solo. And so we had a program at church. She put me on the program. I sung the song. I said, "I believe the children are our future," and ran right out the door. That was it. So they waited.
Did you come back? Did you come back?
Right.
I came back.
Okay.
You know how you have somebody, you coming back looking like
Mm-hmm.
But I finished the song, and then I saw the applause, and I was like, "Oh, God," So after that, at 14 years old, I opened for Pastor Shirley Caesar and the Mighty Clouds of Joy at the infamous Sportatorium in Dallas.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I remember Sportatorium.
Wow.
Yeah, and then after that, I was having my own concerts in Dallas, and West Dallas was popping back then through my church, New St. Paul and True Gospel Baptist Church. So that's when
you had
at school. I was singing at school too. So
yeah, you had a concert on our street on Black Willow. You and Casey.
And I made y'all pay too. So you had to pay to come on the street.
Wait, but it was front of my house.
I know.
Wow.
And your mom and dad was there right there. That's what
Yeah.
Shout
Wait,
out to my sweetest Pat and Papa.
Yeah. So question. You said you started out, "I believe the children are our future." Did you come back and pick up where you started, or you restart the whole song?
I came with I was trying to get out. So they had fruit punch and cookies in the back.
You need
to the fruit punch and the cookies.
That makes sense.
All that. I wasn't trying to do all that.
That makes sense. So you maybe sung 2 minutes and you was done.
I was done. Mm-hmm. They just need to see the first fruits. See if I can hold a note. That's it.
Okay, so when did you? What was your greatest point? Or I know you're gonna have more great points, but up to this point, when did you say, "Okay, I've arrived. This is where I need to be"? Oh, okay.
I never say that I've arrived. I always open myself up to change. There's so many things that I feel like I haven't done. And I still feel like I will be able to do them like right now. And so I just had you have life.
Mm-hmm.
Life, you raise kids, you have marriages, you go through things, but you will not leave this earth until
without completing
that work has been completed in you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So he's clearly let me know that through some of the things that I've been through, that I'm still here for a reason, to complete the purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And every day, I can honestly say in the last few weeks or so, even this week alone, he's let me know that he has his hands on my life, and mm-hmm. just the things that have kind of just opened up. It's just been crazy. Let me know, hey, I got a little window. I got a window that I'm showing you right here. But it's some things that I need you to do. Mm-hmm. And I can honestly say I did those things. There were some things that I feel like, you have to do reflection. This pandemic is wreaked havoc in a whole lot of areas.
Mm-hmm.
And families and relationships and marriages and churches and in the dynamic of things, jobs, careers, everybody's running scared.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
Because, and I'm not, because
exactly.
This is the perfect time for a believer.
Mm-hmm.
This is the perfect time for a believer to really see the hand of God.
God.
And the ones that don't believe are the ones that are running scared. Because they are
Right.
working within themselves to
Come on
provide
now.
for them. They're providing for themselves. Now, my friend, good friend, Tamala Mann sings a song that says, God provides. And he does. And so with that being said, I was able to look at myself and see some things in myself during this time. Spend some time. If you can't spend time with yourself, then you don't like you.
You sure don't.
Okay?
True.
And I learned some things about myself that I could definitely work on and did work on. And I'm excited about those things because I saw God open a door right behind it. And
Exactly.
he basically, I say one little quick thing. I had a friend that I haven't spoken to in years. She's a little older white lady that I mean, we was like really tight back, a few years back. She got a little paper, okay?
Who, Miss Judd?
So, she got a little paper. So I had been on a little like a cleansing spree in my life, in my house, in my home, with my kids, with my friends, with my family. I've basically gone through my phone and text people, I love you, regardless if they write it back.
That's right.
And even if we've had some issue, I've done that. So that thing now is off of me, and whatever they got going on, that's what they got to deal with. So I'll say this: the lady called me out of the blue after I had, cleaned some of my my old papers and things.
I was trying to look for my text.
You don't need one. We ain't down to the L yet. So,
oh my God. So
anyway, what she did was I had been looking for some some items from my house and stuff, and thank the Lord that my husband provides a beautiful home. Thank God for that. And I was trying to find just a few little things, but I stopped thinking about it. And I was like, we don't know, money be like it is and stuff like that. And I know my taste. So this lady calls me on Friday, texts me Friday, and she says, I've been thinking about you. And I said, well, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. So she said, stop by the house. I got something for you. So I went by on Sunday, and she gave me this really beautiful piece of, like a beautiful lamp, like a pretty, but when I went to the house, there was a big pod storage thing that she had brand new furniture in that with tags on it. The garage she was selling the house, it was a humongous house out in Allen, had all of this stuff in the garage with tags, and she's a home decor type styling person, designer. And then she had 2 other storages full of furniture, and she was moving that stuff to her house in Prosper. And you know what she told me, and I stopped talking. She said, you know what, Angela, I've always loved you. And you've always been helpful. I kind of helped her a little bit, clean up a little bit of stuff. And she said, I always loved you. Is there anything in this house you want? I said,
wow.
Hello. 1, 2. And I said, oh no. I said, no. She says, just take. She said, I can't do anything. It's just me. She said, take whatever you want. And then, hey, if you look for it, she said, I'm going to keep sending you pictures of stuff from the other place. If you don't want it now, I'm going to put it in storage for you and pay for the storage. And you can get it because I believe your house is going to be even bigger than that. And you're going to need all of this.
What'd you say? Back the truck up.
Wow.
Back to U-Haul. Just pull it on out.
Now,
all because of obedience.
In the car.
Okay. Okay.
But
that's all because of obedience.
When you're in his will.
That's right.
And not in your own. You have to struggle. You have to pull stuff from this, that, and the month. He'll drop it in your lap when you're in his will.
That's very true. And this is a perfect. If you can you hear me? This is a perfect entryway. Can you hear me now?
You sound like Verizon.
Do I really? Okay, Cedric, say this. This is a perfect entryway into what God has for you as far as your purpose and your shift into destiny. Tell us about your platform.
Tell us about your platform. This is a perfect entryway. This is a perfect entryway. It's the perfect entryway to what God has for you. So can you tell us about your platform?
I mean, I have a few. A lot of things I deal with is women and men and marriage, and I deal with stuff that I can talk about and things that I've been through. So
Mhm.
um, you know, I've noticed the only phone calls I've been getting lately is marriages breaking up.
Mm.
Um, the enemy is really wreaking havoc on on that thing, which is the most precious institution for
Mm-hmm.
God. Why would he not want to deal with that?
Mm-hmm.
But we have to be wise, and we have to be, you know, I'm not gonna stay on this long. We all deal with it. I deal with it. My husband deals with it. You probably deal with it. There are so many couples that are not talking about it that call me that are dealing with it. But one thing I found is this: either only the strong in God survive.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now.
Only the
Absolutely.
strong in God survive. Because marriage, if it's not something, if you got your mate on a lie, you're gonna lose them on a lie.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So if you got them in the right form, which was ordered by God, and your God told you that, then everything else should be just that. I mean, why
Mm-hmm.
the most thing that I hear today is people not communicating.
Yes.
You know, I've learned with my husband, when I communicate, I've learned some things as far as how I communicate in the last few weeks of how. And it take, you know, I've been. You remember me? I got most opinionated as at in
And so he
churches,
could he could
right? So I
he could
got
have
most
talked to me.
opinionated, and
He
and
should have
and if
talked
it
to me
step on
first.
your toes, and if it step on your toes, Cedric, go kiss your wife. But
Yeah. No, we good, but he should have talked to me first.
the thing the thing about it is that you can't go into a marriage thinking you can change somebody.
Right.
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 You love that person because of everything that came with them. You love
Mm-hmm.
them with everything. The part that you want to change is probably the very part that God wants you to learn.
Mm-hmm. That's what you fell in
That's
love
why
with.
you don't want it.
Me
Mm-hmm.
either.
You feel me? That's why
Mm-hmm.
you want to you don't want it, or you want to toss it away. But that might be what God has for you that you need to learn, that you're not learning from someone else. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So he
Yep.
gives you a man that you with 24/7. You know, you can go and get other people outside. You can get other voices outside. You can get other men. You can get other women to bring them in. But that means you got all these different spirits and voices
That's
entering
right.
into that.
Mm-hmm.
So marriage is, all I got to say about that is that it is from God. If the one thing that I always remember saying to people, what God put together,
Let no
no
man.
man, not
No man put
including
asunder.
yourself,
Right.
can put it. So if it falls apart, guess
That's
who
on
put it
you.
together? You know, if it's
You probably.
apart. But yeah, you gotta. It's for better or for worse. You know, we learn stuff about each other every day. I'm an open book. I'm probably the last person that I'm an open book, but I'm very quiet in things that need to be quiet. You know what I'm saying? But I'm quiet in things that need to be quiet, things that need to be
Okay.
kept. You know what I'm saying? So um, marriage is
I'm
beautiful, but it's how you make it. It's
I'm
how
gonna
you.
I'm gonna give you that one right there. I'm quiet and things need to be quiet. You
Well,
touch that up and things need to be quiet.
but you know me, you know that I would rather have a person. A friend of mine told me the other day. She said, Angela, you're a solid person." And when I took that, I said, "What does that mean? The solid? That means that she said that means that you will not get the opposite from me. You're gonna get.
Yeah.
I'm that friend that's gonna, and you know that said. I'm
Yeah.
that friend that's gonna tell you the truth. But there are people that I probably have to calm down on. Hey, Kevin, thank you. That I have to calm down on because they might not be able to receive it the way I give it. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I know that I'm here on this earth to help people bring out the truth in their lives? Who wants to live a fake life in a fake world with fake masks on?
Fake
You know what I'm saying?
with fake people. With fake people.
Fake.
With fake people.
You know, why be an imposter when you can
Mm-hmm.
be the real deal? Because that's the only one God can bless.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He's not gonna bless anything that's fake and not honest. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
he'll know it.
Amen.
Right.
So that
That's
woman
very
you
true.
got, she's supposed to be your best friend, not
Mm-hmm.
nobody else. You
Right.
can have some friends,
Mm-hmm.
but she's supposed to be your best friend. Or
Mm-hmm.
why did you get married? It's a movie that says that. And why did you get married too?
Married too.
So I look at it like, marriage to me is a beautiful thing. And when people get together and they become one and they trust,
Mm-hmm.
you got no trust,
You ain't got jack. You ain't got jack. Yep.
But
Yep. Yep.
if there's somebody there that may have a little problem with that, he gives you the person that you can talk to. That's what that mate is for.
Mm-hmm.
And that mate, if you got the right mate, that mate is gonna go down to the grave with what you got going on.
From the rooter to the tutor. From the rooter to the tutor.
You're going down like
four flat tires, yeah.
I ain't telling no. If it's my husband, I ain't telling the mama. I ain't telling the kid. I ain't telling the dude down the street. I mean, cause what? Cause that's me too.
Mm-hmm.
It's me. So what I tell, I'm telling on me.
Mm-hmm.
Get together so we can be free. That rhymes.
And that, well, make that a song, and we made it up, okay?
Turn that into a song.
Yeah, and we made it up. Yeah. But let's talk about this real quick. Let's talk about that. The non-sales rep. Let's talk about the real rep, your husband. That was pretty good, wasn't it?
Sales rep. Oh.
No, the non-sales rep. I didn't say sales rep. I said non. Your husband, the rep, the real rep. Right. What kind of inspirations does he have for you on when you sing?
What kind of inspirations does he have for me when I sing?
No, when you sing, what kind of inspirations does it give you?
I'm sorry. Okay, it's certain times. It depends on where I am because we are comedians together, so we have kind of cuckoo. Y'all don't know he's really kind of crazy. But
you cuckoo too, so I guess it takes one to know one, right?
She just said it. They cuckoo together. Cuckoo for Cocoa Pop.
Sometimes his comedy is like, straight across the line. So he'll say, when it's time for when they call him my name, and he'll look at me and he'll be like, just go and knock him across the head. He'll say, knock him over the head. He said, go and knock him over the head. Go and do what you do. And and he laughs with it because to him, he already knows that's about to happen. So it's like he'll say, just go and knock him across the head real good, So the good thing I like about him when I'm singing is that he goes in like everybody else. I don't care if I remember being in New Orleans before the pandemic hit, and he was up in the balcony, and it was a beautiful picture of what a minister was talking to us one time and said that he was my protection. He was a protector, a person that looked over me, which is what a picture of Christ is to the church and to their bride. He looks over that woman, and then when that woman doesn't have it, it's like, that's like the church not having Christ. So I remember doing a mock. I think it was a mock like wedding or something. I don't think it was a wedding, but I had asked all the married couples to stand up at this New Year's Eve service I was doing in New Orleans. And you could tell a lot of them were out of touch. They weren't, you could tell they hadn't kissed in a while. You could tell they hadn't hugged. How can you be with somebody that you're not close to? And every day, like,
couldn't
what
be
are they
me.
there for? And so even the preacher, and I told him about it. I'm like, y'all look like strangers to each other after it was over. But I looked up at him, and I remember him standing like dead center of me up in the top of the balcony where my sound was. And because he go off on my sound people. No, but he was up there and he was standing like identical to me upward. And he was just standing like with this, with the big statue that he had above me. And it gave me chills because he had a little smile on his face. And while those couples were doing what they were doing, it was like, to me, a reference of the Lord saying, I'm well pleased. I'm well pleased with it. And so that's all a wife. And I'm gonna start crying.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry.
So tell him I want my check in the mail tomorrow.
No, I'm saying that's a beautiful. That's all wives want.
That's it.
They want the covering. The husband wants the same. They have to talk about it though. They have to talk about what they need. They have to talk about what they want. And marriage is such a beautiful thing, something that I love and adore. And it'll be 5 years for us in about a month. And it flew by, actually. And we actually have been through more things, I think, that a 50-year couple have done. But I think now is the time we have an empty nest. We have grandkids. We have, most of our kids are older. But now we have the time where we can really focus on the purpose, each other, and the purpose that God has for us. And it's just a beautiful time. I'm sorry.
No, you do your thing.
Oh.
I'll tell you this right here.
I just think I love God.
God be the glory.
I love what he does, and for him to even. I pray that he allow marriages and relationships in this world to come back to him, and quickly, and we're all running. A lot of people are running amok out there with like a chicken with their head cut off. And God is still saying, I'm still here. Like,
I'm still on the throne.
I'm waiting on you, and you still trying to do. I didn't shut everything down, and you still trying to do everything on your own.
Right.
But with this,
I'm just grateful for what he's done.
With this pandemic that we're going through, it's gonna get together quicker than it is, sooner than later. So if you're with your spouse, this teaches you to love your spouse that much more, because guess what? You ain't got anywhere else to go. So
the only way you go is if you do it. Now,
if you do it,
he's gonna either whoop you back, or you're gonna either come in a body bag. You're gonna run. I mean, you have to be careful about what you do with his union. This is his union.
Pick your poison.
It's his union, and so you have to be careful. I've learned a song that I love is "I'll Stand Still Until Your Will Is Clear." We want to move in our flesh, but our flesh gets us in trouble. Our heart gets us in trouble.
Sure do.
That's why he said, let your mind get you in trouble. So that's why you have to let your mind be in him, so that you can make those thoughts. And if you're not making thoughts with or making decisions with a person who consults the Lord, then who else are you consulting?
Right. Satan.
It's only two.
Yeah, it's either the Lord or Satan. Yeah. So let's get back to
something to say.
Huh?
No, I think Tamika was saying something.
Yeah, I was saying it's the opposite. That you're consulting the opposite. Now, here's the other thing too. I think that in this pandemic, God is for the ones that are not supposed to be together, that he did not call to be together. I think he is removing them out of the way so that he can actually bring in the one that is supposed to cover. Because there's so many marriages out there that were not ordained by God, that were ordained by man and woman because that's what they wanted to do. But yet there's so many women that are going through so many bad things, can't get out of it because of what's happening. But also so many men going through the same thing. And I feel like God is, I believe within the past 3 years, he started separating the ones that were not supposed to be together, so that he can begin to usher in that person's actual soulmate. I truly feel like that's getting ready to happen. What are your thoughts on that?
Get the last part for me. Said what she say at the last.
She's asking you what are your thoughts on everything she just said. She truly believes that within the last 3 years, God has started to separate those that are not supposed to be together and those supposed to be together.
Well, that he's trying to that he believes she believes that he's trying to separate those
I
that
don't believe
The,
that.
the ones that were not ordained
The ones that are not ordained to be together.
to be married together,
true.
that they were not
He's doing
ordained
that.
like
He
together.
he
So they
is
did it
separating and that's nothing we can do about that because
right.
he will orchestrate that thing to make it be. And so sometimes you have to you're able to find out why. But I feel like if you are in the will, you're gonna know.
Right.
You're gonna know if that person is for you because our marriages have ups and downs.
Right.
And we all have like I'll say my first situation, I had many flags. I had many flags, but I ignored every last one of them. And that took me on a journey of somewhere that I didn't want to go. But even when there's evil or that's an intended for evil, God turns it into good, which is me getting my children out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So and then ultimately it demised because me singing, and you, of course, Cedric, you've been there. Me singing love songs and singing. I made it clear that I was not going to be turned into a person who was not true to what I was saying. And I was like, you're going to have to do whatever you're going to do. And then you go right ahead. And then I'm going to be okay. And I was okay. But I did it to the end because, and then that's between them and their God.
Right.
But in the last 3 years, I can't necessarily say that he has a number on it. I will say that the squeeze, because I'm gonna tell you right now, the internet has allowed a lot of imposters. Social media has allowed a lot of fake stuff to come into your life. These online dating apps, these are all from the enemy. Because the problem is that when you meet your spouse, I'm not saying that you can't meet somebody on an app, but you really kind of like saying, okay, God, I trust you just a little, but let me go out here because it's about 100 on them looking at the same men. They probably, got about 2 or 3 different men that they trying to figure out what's what. But if you really get it in faith and you meet that woman, a woman has to be somewhere to be found.
Exactly. Be in position.
She got to be in position to be found. A quick thing might be, you get on social media, you see something you like, and then you got to go through all of that fake stuff that's behind the filter, that's behind, them living with their mama, and whatever. And then they say they of God, and you see all the things about a lot of the religious leaders are coming out. If you are consulting God on anything, my husband and I, we both are very strong individuals. You know that.
Yeah.
Okay, he's ex-military. But the stronger you are, we have to know how to balance. And it's difficult. And the thing about it, when you take vows, it's till death do you part. So that means it's gonna take you to death,
right?
Until you figure it out. So Tamika, on that part, he's squeezing out the ones who put themselves together.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
God put together.
Exactly.
I didn't marry for potential, and I know my husband didn't marry for potential. We did see things in each other because one of the things is we have a company together, and then we have a marriage. The thing about it is that you have to make sure the marriage is good so that you can do business, because the business will fall because the marriage
ain't good. Yep. Sure
right.
will.
You two are working together. And I know that Cedric is a doozy, Shelly, to work with. I've been working with him all my life.
I'm good.
But the thing about it is, you have to speak that love language. What is it that they like, so that you can figure stuff out together. Figure it out together, because I mean, there's no reason to go get Janie down the street, because Janie, all she's doing is laughing at you for being weak or whatever, to go get you somebody else when you got this.
Hell yeah.
At the house.
Hell yeah.
You know, ain't no reason to go look at Jimmy down the street when you got this fine hunk of thing now, and they laughing at you because saying that you ain't buy nothing, but I'm gonna use you and take your money. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't buy nothing, because you ain't giving it to your wife, because you're giving it to me. And
wait, Angela, I knew somehow throughout this conversation you was gonna cut on me, because it always happens.
You know, I'm a truth teller. I don't have time to sugarcoat. I don't sugarcoat, because I want everybody to live their best life.
You have told the truth for like 56 minutes. You had one part. I'm not a doozy to work with. I'm good.
See, you that type that you pick the one thing out and you forget all the good stuff. You know, and you get that one little thing that pushed your button. Now I
gave you 57 minutes. I gave you 56 minutes of good stuff.
The only way a button to push, the button shouldn't even be there. Why would the button be there?
Now I had to go back, because I'm trying. I want to get us back on track and everything. This is all good stuff right here. It really is good stuff. But I want to talk about what's next for ABJ.
ABJ I am now a global ambassador for a organic skincare line. You'll be hearing about that real soon. And you'll see the nice little billboards, and you'll be seeing the nice advertisements on TV. These are just things that are opening up. I also have some wonderful stakes in a few companies that I'm working on right now, finalizing deals with that. ABJ, of course, you two have turned 50. So I'll be turning 50 soon.
Hold up. Why you got to point out? No, deal with you. We're not talking about us. Deal with you.
He did. He just turned 50. There you go.
The 50 thing, I'm saying we're going to have us a big old show.
That's a good thing, Cedric. That's a good thing.
And we're going to do this thing together. You know what I mean? So
right.
I'm planning on having something extremely nice to have some fun, because our 50 is really our 25, our 30, because we're really not. You know,
we don't feel 50. Yeah, it is.
Nothing but a number.
When will you be 50? When will you be 50?
In January.
Okay. And January like 15th or something like that?
No, 28th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So get your coins.
You're going to do something for her birthday.
Get your coins.
Yeah, I'll get the coins ready. It won't be dollars, it'll be coins. So can I pin a coin on your shirt?
I don't want the kind that
That's the plastic.
I'm gonna see if I can put a pen in a quarter and put it on your shirt, and we good to go. And we're not doing a medium shirt.
Look, they're not taking cash anymore. So you're gonna have to put that on a credit card and give it to her.
We're gonna have to put it on a credit card and give it to you. They're not taking cash anymore.
Oh, I take credit card. I take all that.
No. I'm gonna give you the medium shirt too. I'm gonna give you my medium shirt. Remember the medium shirt?
Yeah.
Didi's.
Yes.
Didi still mess with me about the medium shirt.
Y'all, listen. Listen. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I was the first female gang leader back in.
Oh goodness. It was 88. It was 88. Yeah. Babes. RN Babes. That was RN Babes.
Why would all these men make me be the leader? See what I'm saying? They did this. I ain't do this.
See, I wasn't gonna talk about your gang leader lifestyle. I was gonna leave that gang leader lifestyle alone. Huh?
Great things. It was called a club.
It's called a posse. It was a posse. Remember, we had posses. And I had Dr. Rock on the show like two weeks ago.
What?
And we used to go up to Shamrock, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I had him on 2 weeks ago. I said, yeah, I know who was holding you down. Them yo dogs.
Rock dated me for 2 weeks till my my daddy found out.
Oh, see?
You know, my daddy didn't play that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Your daddy or your uncle?
No.
No, I know your uncle didn't play that at all.
You know, I was his girl, so he played that.
Yeah, I know he didn't play that at all. Anyway, if you want to get in touch with you, we got the information scrolling across the screen. But I'm gonna do it anyway. If you want to follow Angela Blair-Jeffries, aka ABJ Jeffries, aka Jeffries. I said it right there. It's right there. If I can read. Jeffries.
Jeffries. I earned that name. Jeff.
Yes, you did. But the information, and this will be up on YouTube. It'll be up on Facebook. Stay up on Facebook. Want to meet with you again some other time as you continue to move forward in your career. I know we'll see each other probably at Super Bowl time.
Yeah.
Because you didn't come to the last Super Bowl, did you?
Yes, I did. That was the
Were you at the last Super Bowl?
Because I got you sleep on camera.
Oh no! Don't show that. No,
please go ahead.
No. She act like she always do stuff like that too. It's like
you can share that to the page.
Listen to me. When we get together, her husband and my wife be going over to. They say, "Oh, you know, I'm finna go to the side because they ain't got time to hear all this right here." And me and her be going back and forth. We go like we back on the school bus back in the days, just scolding at each other.
You still can't hang with me though.
Yes, I can. No, I just let you. I let you in because you know, women first, lady first. I don't want to take advantage.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to take advantage. But I do remember.
Let me say this to you. I'm extremely proud of you. I watched you for many years. You know, chase your dreams. I really, really am proud to call you friend, call you brother, and you know, you just did this nonstop. I don't care where you have to be with it. You've done it nonstop. You have an amazing wife. Okay, you got a wife that's a baller when it comes to organization and implementing and doing things. I've been trying to hire her for years. But you got it. Let y'all take this to the next level. And Tamika, you know, as soon as we can get back on them cruises, I want to be the first one on there. Okay,
I'm gonna be with you.
Cruises. I just want you guys to know that, you know, just keep all of this going. I'm so proud of you. I'm so, you know, I know he get press passes and stuff like that now. Don't forget your girl. I get, you know, what I can get, but don't forget your girl. Okay. All right.
Well, actually, I was going to echo the same thing because I remember when we wrote in each other's, what was that? The year, not the yearbook, but the, no, it was another book that we had. Memory book. Yeah. And we wrote, see you at the top or something like that. I'm gonna be with you.
I saw that not long ago.
Yeah, I will be with you when we both get famous. We're gonna be right. We still gonna be together. I remember we wrote something like that in the memory book, and you know, so I'm extremely proud of you of everything you've been through, everything you've gone through. I know the downs. I know the downs. You know, when you was just okay. You know, and I know the ups. Your husband, he is your watch over king. He will protect you. I see it. Every time y'all together, I see him. Even if y'all not together, his protection is still there, and you show him that protection. Even if y'all, if y'all on one side of the room, you on the other side of the room, you can still feel his protection still there. So you know, I look forward to you to do some more great things. You know, this 50, you're right. It's your 30. So you take this 30 and you use this 30 as if you got 10 years of go and get your ground on.
Amen.
And I know you're going to do it. And, you know, next time I come to your concert, don't make me have to go to the back to come see you. And if
that was back then when I had to
love your ass.
Yeah, you did.
I was the jewel of Dallas then, remember?
Yeah, you did.
That's what they call it. They call me the jewel of Dallas. So
don't make me have to go.
Security and stuff. So,
yeah. You had the security.
Come in, though.
Yeah, you did. I appreciate you. You didn't make me look bad in front of my friends.
Right. We'll never do that. But we're gonna have some wonderful musical presentations coming real soon. So be ready. I'm going full speed ahead with life. in general.
Amen.
So that's what we all should be doing in this time, and not being concerned with what's happening, but making sure that we do vote. Get
Exactly.
out and vote.
Exactly.
And not we today's verdict about Breonna Taylor. We have to say her name, and we have to say all of their names, and remember that, and say that we can make the difference, just like with President Obama. And thankfully, I was able to do his documentary when he first got in office. But we made a difference, and we can get to the polls. If we can't talk about it if we don't walk it out.
You got to be about it. Yep.
We gotta get to the polls. Get everybody you know that has not registered to vote. If their little felony is about $10 or $20 where they can't vote, pay it for them, and so that they can vote. And just make sure because they're gonna leave the office. I'm gonna say that right now. And
he's out
November 4th, and we're gonna talk about it. And we're gonna say that they're gone. I'm prophesying that it's gonna be done because the Lord is going to turn it the way He's gonna turn it, regardless. So we had to be whooped a little bit. We had to be whooped a little bit.
Yeah. Here's what I want to do. Here's what I want to do. I want to leave with a song. I think your husband wrote the song. Nobody like you, Lord. I want to leave on that song, but I want to show how you have done. And it's just a song how you've done what you've done. But I also want to bring us back again after that November election. Because this November 3rd, that's Tuesday. I want to come back again November 4th and talk about it's not about just voting. Now it's about walking within that vote that you just made. Because
you didn't hear her, Cedric. She already scheduled herself.
Oh, she did. She scheduled herself?
Yes, she scheduled herself. She said we're going to come back on November 4th. So
how you gonna schedule yourself and not talk to the scheduler?
I'll calendar it. You good?
See, I'm through with you. This has been 411 Radio Network, 411 Entertainment Spotlight with Angela Blair-Jeffries.
Thank you.
Jeffries.
You know I can't read.
Jeffries.
Yeah, I can't read.
You
Jeffries.
always had the list. You always had the list.
All right, fifth here. This has been Angela Blair-Jeffries, 411 Radio Network. I can't even think of the name we on now. What we on now?
411 Entertainment Spotlight.
411. Thank you. 411 Entertainment Spotlight. We will see you guys next week. Next week we have a group of young, intelligent men that are going to take the podcast world by storm. We're going to leave you with this.
I'm yearning, I'm burning for your love. You're my rock, my sword, my shield, my everything.